Now the question before us is a survey conducted by an organization for the causes of illness and death among the women between the ages 15 to 44 worldwide found the following figures. It means that a survey was conducted worldwide in which it was found that the female fertility rate due to reproductive health conditions was 31.8 and 25.4% fertility rate was due to neuropsychiatric conditions and so on. That is the causes of illness and death among the women, and the respective fertility rate are given against the each. Now we are to represent the information given above graphically. It means that by the way of graph, we are to represent all this information. Now, this is the graph, this is the chart, and these are the figures which have been taken from the question. So now we will prepare the information in the form of a graph. So now it is the y-axis which we will draw here. This is y-axis. This is x-axis. The information which is changing is female fertility rate. Normally the information which changes is taken on the y-axis. So here we will write female fertility rate, and these are the causes of illness and death. That is on the x-axis we will take causes of illness and death, and on y-axis we will take female fertility rate. So now what is reproductive health conditions? We see that the maximum figure mentioned is 31.8 and the minimum is 4.1. So we will here draw the graph. So here first we will mention the lines so that we can take all these figures on this graph. This is 5, here we mention 10, 15. After every 3 cells we are taking the interval of 5. So now what is the first? First is reproductive health conditions. We will take here reproductive health conditions up to 31.8. You are to draw the line straight in the examination. This is 31.8 and this is reproductive health conditions. As I am mentioning in short words, you can here mention RHC, reproductive health conditions. Now next we take neuropsychiatric conditions. You can mention here NC. neuro. You are to must you are to clearly mention that you are taking these abbreviations. Otherwise, the teacher in the exam may cut the marks of the papers. 25.4. In the exam, you can change the mark sheet on which you are writing answer sheet accordingly. But here we cannot change. That is why we are not able to draw the lines in a straight line. Then these are the injuries. As we have mentioned injuries properly, there is no need to write in short words. Injuries are in 12.4. Here we can say that this is up to this point. You have to take approximation. 12.4. Next is cardiovascular conditions. Please note that we are maintaining equal distance because in each case we are taking drawing the bar graph which is adjoining the line, this black line. So here cardiovascular is 4.3. 4.3. Next is respiratory conditions. Respiratory conditions. This is 4.1. This will be somewhat near it. This is respiratory conditions. This will be 4.1. Next is other causes. These are 22. Other causes you may mention as OC. We are taking the first word of all these causes. You may mention that here abbreviations. Now this is the other causes. This is 22. Can mention it here. 22. So now by now you have been able to draw the information in respect of causes of illness and death on x-axis and the female fertility rate which is changing as per the cause of illness and death on the y-axis, and we have drawn the picture on the chart. Now we take the next point which is in the question. Which condition is the major cause of women's ill health and death worldwide? So now we refer back to the graph. From the graph, we can observe that this is the highest bar which is being shown. This is the reproductive health conditions. That is the female fertility rate is highest in the case of due to reproductive health conditions. That is due to reproductive health conditions, most of the female suffer illness or death. So we come back to the which condition is the major cause of women's ill health? The major cause of what is written in the question, we have to take the answer from that. Ill health and death worldwide is reproductive health conditions. So this is also clear from the chart, which is a table, as well as also from the graph which we have drawn. Now, next, try to find out with the help of your teacher any two factors which play a major role in the cause in two women's ill health and death worldwide above being the major cause. That is, what are the main two factors which cause reproductive health conditions, ill health? What are the main causes? That is, what is the main cause which is resulting into the death or illness of the woman due to reproductive health conditions? So, two factors which play a major role in the cause to being the major cause are: first is lack of proper care and understanding. That is, on one side, the women themselves do not take care of themselves mostly. On the other side, the family also may not be taking the proper care of the women, and as well as it is mostly think that the women will take care of themselves and there is no need that we should take care of the woman. So this is the main reason that the woman's ill health and death is occurring on the high side due to reproductive health conditions. If we place themselves in the place of women, we can very well understand that there is need to take proper care of women and to understand what type of work they are doing, and there is need to take proper care of them. Next point is lack of medical facilities. It is particularly true in the case of poor countries as well as in respect of the women who are living in rural areas, because the proper medical facilities will not be available to women in rural areas as well as in the poor countries. Now the question before us is the following data on the number of girls per thousand boys in different sections of Indian society are given below. This is the table which shows the data in respect of the number of girls per thousand boys in respect of the different sections of Indian society. It means that if we take the section of scheduled caste, the number of girls when the number of boys are 1000, the number of girls are only 940. when we talk about ST, when the number of boys are 1000, the girls are 970. In the same way, when this is the urban area and the number of boys are 1000, the girls are even less, that is the 910. We are to represent this information in the form of a bar graph. So now let us start. Here we have given the information which was given in the table, and now we are to prepare the bar graph. So here we draw the line straight, which is known as y-axis. This line which we are now drawing, this is known as x-axis. Now the bars can be drawn vertically as well as horizontally. But normally the bars are drawn from x-axis to y-axis toward upper side, that is vertically. So the information which is changing here and is in mathematical values, we have to mention the same on the y-axis. That is, here we will take number of girls per thousand boys. Here we have forgotten one thing, that when we are to draw the y-axis, we have to add a kink here. Why this kink? Just like there is a kink in the thermometer when we are sick, and the same is used for measuring the temperature. In the same way, here is a kink. Why this kink? Because here the information which is given in the table, the lowest is 910. So now we will have to start from 910, from somewhere in the table. So here we assume that this is the 910, and after every say two lines we take it as 920. So when this difference is 10, how it is 910? So we assume that from this point to this point, this is number of boys, number of girls are 910. So that this is the purpose of kink, that we assume that up to this point the number of girls will be 910. So every 2 points, 2 cells, we are taking the information, adding the information by 10, 930, 940, 950. Here we will take the add on this information up to the point which is 970 is the highest. So we will mention the same on the graph, so that we can take it up to say 980, so that we can form the proper graph. So now what is SC? The number of SC girls per thousand boys are 940. So here we will first take SC. It is to be noted that when we are to draw bars, the same should be of equal width in each case, whether it is SC or ST. So now first we will take SC. We are drawing the bar in respect of SC. This is 940. So now there should be also equal distance in the case of each sections, equal distance between the two sections, which we are taking the distance here. That is when we will take the third, we will take here. That is the equal distance. We are taking from black to this point in equal distance between two. So this is ST, this is 970. So here we will take up to this point 970. The exam you have to draw proper lines, straight lines, because you can rotate the examination answer sheet, but here we cannot. Non SC/ST, here you have to mention this information was in respect of ST. Now this is non SC/ST. This information is 920. 920 is this. 920. So now backward districts. Backward district. So here it will be here. This is 950. 950 is here. You can see from the graphs with bars which we are drawing that these are of equal width. That is this equal width, and there is equal distance between each of these bars, which we have to maintain in each and every case. 950. Then non-backward, you mention here non-backward districts. This is 920. Now another is rural. Rural is 930. 930 is here. We are drawing the bars in respect of the information which is obtained from the table which has been given to us in the examination. Now this is the urban. In respect of the urban girls, the information we are adding 910. Backward it was 920. In respect of rural it was 930. Now here it is 910. So now, so far we have formed the bar graph. This is the section which is mentioned on the x-axis. This y-axis was representing the number of girls per 1000 boys. So now what is next in the question? In the classroom, discuss what conclusions can be arrived at from the graph. What we arrive at from the graph? From the graph, we observe that the maximum value is in case of ST and the minimum value is in the case of urban. Minimum value 970 is the highest, 910 is the lowest. So we will write it from the graph. We come to conclusion that the maximum number of girls per thousand boys is present in section, maximum number of girls in section which we were have seen from the graph was from the scheduled tribe in the section ST. And what other information we had drawn from the graph? That the minimum number of girls per thousand boys is present in section urban. It means that the maximum number of girls as compared to boys is present in section ST, and the minimum number of girls per thousand boys is present in section urban. When the number of boys are 1000 in each case, in the case of ST, the girls are 970, and in the case of urban areas, the girls are 910, which is the minimum. We also observe, we also come to the conclusion that what conclusion? We will see the graph. You see here from the graph that in the case of SC and ST section, the number of girls are higher as compared to non-SC ST. In the case of backward districts, the number of girls per thousand boys are higher in comparison with non-backward districts. And in the case of rural section, the number of girls per thousand boys are higher as compared to urban. That is, these two are higher in comparison to this. This one is higher in comparison to this. This is higher in comparison to this. So we will write here that we come to the conclusion that number of girls per thousand boys is higher or greater, whichever you like, you can add greater in SC/ST section. SC and ST section, then in non-SC ST section. Now, in backward districts, then in no backward districts is higher in backward district section than in non backward districts section. Higher in number of girls per thousand boys is higher in rural in comparison to urban. Is number of girls per thousand boys is higher or greater in rural section than in urban section. You can also write it as in rural area than in urban areas. Now the question before us is Given below are the seats won by different political parties in the polling outcome of state assembly elections. Here, the political parties are given, names are given A, B, C, D, E, F, and then the seats which have been won by the parties are given. Now, we have been asked to draw a bar graph to represent the polling results. Now, this is the information which has been given to us in the question. That is, this is the political party, these are the names, and these are the seats won. We are to draw the bar graph. So here we draw the bar graph. Suppose we will take from here. We will draw the line. This is the x-axis. This is y-axis. Normally, the graph can be drawn either vertically or horizontally, but normally the graphs are drawn vertically, that is from x-axis to upward. And when the information which is of numerical data which can be changed is mentioned on the y-axis. So here the seats one are changing and is of numerical, that this is the numerical data. We will here mention the seats 1 in data will be mentioned here in respect of the seats 1. Here we will mention the political party. Name of the political parties will be mentioned here. Now we take all the parties one by one. First we take political party A. Now what is the value minimum and the highest and the minimum? Minimum is 10 and the highest is 75. So we will start from 10. We will draw here 10 for every cell. Two cells we take the value as having difference of 10. 10, 20, here it is 30, it is 40, it is 50, it is 60, this is 70. As the maximum seats one are 75, so here we will take the table up to 80. So now what is the political party A has won? It has won 75 seats. So it will be here. We will form the bar in respect of political party A. So this is the bar. You are to draw the straight line. So this is the number of seats won by political party A are 75. Now next is B. Please note that when we are drawing bars, there should be equal distance between the one bar and the another bar. So here the value is 55. Another point which has to be taken into consideration or to remember that the width of the bar in each case has also to be the same. Here you can see that the width of A is same, width of B is same. Likewise, the width will be same in the, when we are marking the same on the graph paper. So here we will take now the C. That is the seats won by the party C are 37. So here it will be somewhat here. Here it is 37. Now the next party is D. D political party. Here also the bar graph will be of equal width. It is 29 because it is less than 30. So here we have kept the line somewhat below 30. It is will be only on based on the approximation. Now the next is E. E political party. Here we have taken the line somewhat above. Please keep the line in straight while you are attempting the question in exam. E 10. Now the next political party is F. It is 37. Here 2 point. It will be somewhat here. Okay. Here it is 37. So here we have so far formed the bar graph which represents the polling result. Bar graph repre- representing poll results. So now what is the next point in the question? Which political party won the maximum number of seats? Which political party won the maximum number of seats? From the bar graph, it is clear that political party A won the maximum number of seats. So this is the answer of second part of the question. We hope we have been able to form the bar graph which is easy to understand and you can easily conclude from the graph which party has won in the elections. Thanks for watching. If you like our course, please spare some time to give a star rating to our course.